Hello, I'm Michael Blevins, the redhead known as RunnX. I'm a principal engineer in the technology leadership career path at Optum. As Peter Parker once said, we all have secrets, the ones that we keep and the ones that are kept from us. I can't wait to share with you how to securely store your secrets using Azure Key Vault. Stick around if you want to keep better secrets. The agenda for this episode starts with a description of Azure and Azure Stack. Next, I'll discuss their tooling, followed up by creating a key vault and secret. Then we'll securely access that secret in an Azure function. And I'll finally close out the episode with important contact information. Azure is the public cloud from Microsoft that includes infrastructure as a service and platform as a service offerings that scale as needed. Azure Stack is the private cloud for Microsoft that brings the same services into your own data center. Stack is the second generation private cloud option coming out of Redmond that builds upon the success of their first, which was Azure Pack. Pack was just a software-based solution, and Stack is an appliance that consists both of the hardware and software. Azure and Azure Stack both have tenant portals that are really similar in how you manage your resources. Microsoft also integrates their Azure tooling into their development IDEs such as Visual Studio and VS Code. There's also a command line tool called Azure CLI, ARM templates, and PowerShell modules, all that provide additional ways to create and interact with the cloud resources. I want to focus on two specific resources, Azure Key Vault and Azure Functions. While I'm focusing on this episode with how you work with those two resources, they can both be used as standalone or combined with other resources depending on your architectural needs. Now for the part that you've all been waiting for. Let's move on to the demo. I'm going to create a key vault and save a secret using the portal, PowerShell, Azure CLI, and using an ARM template. Let's start out by using the portal. I'm going to go in and select Create a Resource, type in Key Vault. That'll pull up our Key Vault blade here. We're going to click on Create. Now I'm going to go ahead and select Marvel as my resource group. I'm going to provide a name, Avengers. I'm going to select my region, and I'm in East US, so I'll select that. I want to use standard, so I'm going to click on the Review and Create. The validation has passed, so everything's good to go there. So I'll go ahead and click on Create, and we'll give it a second here. With a little movie magic, we'll speed up here. Okay, so the resource has been created. We'll go ahead and click on Go to Resource. We're going to drill into the secrets area. We're going to do generate and import. We're going to leave that as manual. We'll give it a name as Strongest Avenger, and we'll put in our secret there. Go ahead and click on Create, and you can see that it's already been created, so we can drill into that, Strongest Avenger. We've got a current version. We can drill into that. And inside the portal, you can see the secret identifier here. Actual secret being down here, we can show the secret value and Thor, son of Odin. So there we've actually created a secret in our key vault within the portal. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one, which is actually using PowerShell. And we'll go in and use the Azure Cloud PowerShell by going to shell.azure.com. Which right here, we're going to say new Azure Key Vault, giving it the name Avengers 2 and our resource group of Marvel and our East US location. Now that that's been created, we see we have a warning that the access policy wasn't set. So I've got another command where I'm going to set the Azure Key Vault access policy for Avengers 2 and my particular user principal name, and giving it all the permissions on the keys and secrets that I require. And this command is actually going to take our clear string and make it a secure string, so I can use that in the next command, which is actually going to set the Azure Key Vault secret for Avengers to the strongest Avenger, right? And we can validate that that has completed appropriately by doing a get AZ Key Vault secret for our particular vault on a particular secret, and we'll pull out that secret value text. In doing so, we can see it's God of Thunder. Another way we can check that is actually to go back in and go to our Marvel, refresh. We'll see our Avengers 2 that we just created using PowerShell, and in that we can drill into our secrets, pull in our strongest Avenger secret, look at the current version, and we can see show secret God of Thunder. So that actually handles our PowerShell creating of the Azure Key Vault as well as a secret. Okay, for my next one I want to use the Azure CLI, and to do so I'm going to open up PowerShell. This is a one-time thing I have to do here, and that is to make sure that the Azure CLI is installed. What I'm going to do is invoke a web request here, and it's going to go ahead and pull that down and make sure that I've got the Azure CLI installed. This is taking an extremely long amount of time to install. Would have thought it would have been done by now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop and join back in a minute. Okay, I'm back after that install is completed, and now we're going to relaunch PowerShell. In there, we will do a AZ login. Now that I'm logged in here, we can see the cloud name is my Azure Cloud, the name of my subscription, my tenant ID. What I really want to do now is use that newly installed AZ, Azure CLI. AZ is the shortcut here, and you say AZ Key Vault create. We're going to do a name of Avengers 3, again in the Marvel resource group and location East US. Okay, now that command has completed. I'm going to switch my tab, go back to this PowerShell window. You can see that it has created the proper key vault, and what we want to do next is actually create a secret in there. So we're going to use that same vault name of Avengers 3, the same secret name of Strongest Avenger. The difference between this command and the PowerShell command is that the Azure CLI does not require you to take that step of taking a clear string variable and putting it into a secure string. So it's one command here. We've actually created that, and we can go ahead and use another command, which this previous one was our set command. The next one here is the show command, and we can pop out here and say AZ Key Vault secret show, and it will pull that information back for us. Additionally, we can go into our resource group, refresh. We can see our Avengers 3. We'll pop into Avengers 3. We'll go into the secrets, Strongest Avenger, go into the current version, and we can show our secret and see that it is Banner. The last piece that we actually have to do here is now the ARM template, and that one's a little bit different. Give me a second and I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the last method in which we can create our Azure Key Vault and secret, and that is using an ARM template. There are two ways in which we can do this. The first way is to run that locally within PowerShell. The command that we're going to run is a AZ, so Azure CLI, group deployment create, and that's going to be going against the Marvel resource group. Here is where our ARM template resides, and in this particular case it's GitHub user content location. And then here is my parameters file. So I'm going to show that before I run the command. I'm going to do that by pulling up Visual Studio Code. And inside of code here, we've got our parameters file. We're giving a key vault name of Avengers 4. We're telling it a location of East US. We've got some different information about the tenant ID and the object ID, and then the specific parameters that we want as far as permissions for our keys and for our secrets, and then the SKU name, as well as the secret name, the secret value. So that's what that particular file has in it. If I look at this, that file resides on my desktop. So I'm going to go ahead and tell PowerShell to execute this command. That command has completed. We've got back a JSON response. Go into our portal and take a look, and we see Avengers 4 is actually there. And I can go into the secrets, strongest Avenger, current version of that, and show our secret Point Break. So that's the first method in which you can use an ARM template in the parameters file. And I'm going to go back in here and actually delete that key vault and show you the second way, which is using the Azure Cloud Shell. In here, I'm going to go ahead and upload. I'm going to upload my parameters file. Okay, it says that that has completed successfully. And so now I'm going to paste in my command. It's the same command as what I ran on the local PowerShell, but instead in the cloud, I will be pointing to where I've uploaded that parameters file. All right, we've got our response back. Again, it's a JSON response, and you can read through everything that it says. Go back into the portal again, do a refresh, Avengers 4, we can go into the secrets, strongest Avenger, the current version, and show our secret Point Break. Okay, I've just shown you the 4 methods in which you can create an Azure Key Vault and insert a secret. Those 4 methods are the portal itself, PowerShell, Azure CLI, and finally the ARM template method. You can use whichever one you're most comfortable with, and all will work the same for you. Well, you know how to create a key vault and securely store a secret. What's next? How about accessing the secret from an Azure function? I'm going to create a simple function to return the secrets that we created using the portal, PowerShell, Azure CLI, and ARM template. So we're going to start out, come in here to Visual Studio 2019. I'm going to go ahead and click on Create a New Project. Search for function. I want an Azure function. I'll click Next. I'm going to go ahead and give this a name. All right, I'm going to click on Create, and this is going to pop up a new dialog. We want to do an HTTP trigger. We want to keep it as a version 2 .NET Core. But since this is just a demo where I'm showing off the accessing of Azure Key Vault secrets, I don't want to put any extra security in here. I'm just going to come in here and say anonymous, and we'll go ahead and say OK. Okay, so we're done here, so I'm going to go ahead and debug the solution. Our function is now listening for our gets. I'm going to go ahead and copy our URL here. Pop out here. I'm going to add on the end name equals RunnX. What we see is we get a hello RunnX that comes back. That's exactly what we want to see. You can actually look at the logs here and see what has happened on our get. And now let's go ahead and add some code in there that's going to make a little bit more sense as to what we're trying to accomplish. The first thing we want to do is go ahead and pull in a new package from NuGet. Go into Tools, Manage NuGet Packages, and we'll go to the Manager console. And we're going to go ahead and install package Microsoft Azure Key Vault. Now that's completed, we're going to go ahead and install another package. This particular package is the Microsoft Azure Services App Authentication, which will behind the scenes take care of authenticating your application to the Azure Key Vault. So now that we've got those two pieces in there, I'm going to add some boilerplate code here that I've already created. I'm going to explain what these are doing. So I've got portal secret here, which is going to call this get key vault secret method that I've created, passing in an environment variable for the portal connection. I wish that was a little bit wider. There we go. The same thing's going to happen here for the PowerShell secret, as well as the Azure CLI, and then the ARM template connection. Now the thing you'll see here is that we're missing some pieces, and those are the NuGet packages that we've already added. So we're going to add the using statements. Now we've added those using statements. Everything looks great, but the piece that we've not done is actually use these secrets. So I'm going to go in and update the run method here. Come in after the name, and I'm going to pop in the different code, and I'll explain what's happening here. What I'm creating is a variable vault secrets in which I'm going to populate this generic object for the portal, PowerShell, Azure CLI, and ARM template based on what we've pulled up above. Now that's going to go into our secrets here, which is a JSON object, which we're populating the hello and the name, as well as those key vault secrets. And we're going to use the Newtonsoft JSON convert to serialize that object into a string, and we're going to pass that into our OK object result. Now we're going to go into the local settings JSON file, and this is where we need to populate these values up here. The environment variables are something that we have to set, and so I'm going to set those in our local settings JSON file. I'm going to add these right after this, and you'll see we've got our portal connection, PowerShell connection, Azure CLI, and ARM template, and those are based off of our key vaults. Avengers, Avengers 2, Avengers 3, and Avengers 4, and the secrets that we're looking at is the strongest Avenger. So now we've got that all populated. We'll go ahead and debug this. Now that that's up and running, we'll go ahead and go back and see what we get. We get our message, hello RunnX, with our Key Vault secrets, Portal, Thor, Son of Odin, PowerShell, God of Thunder, Azure CLI, Banner, ARM template, Point Break. So we can see that that all worked, and you can easily access it. Going back and highlighting how easy it is, you basically have your two NuGet packages you need to add, and add those using statements, and then have a particular method in which you execute the token provider and a Key Vault client, providing a authentication callback for the Azure Service Token Providers Key Vault token callback. All that does the magic behind the scenes for you to just call on the Key Vault client get secret async, providing the connection, and you get your result value. Pretty easy stuff here, and it's pretty powerful and convenient. There are many other options beyond Azure Functions that can access secrets. As an example, you could use an ASP.NET Core website. My demo was simple just to showcase the ease to which you could implement better application security. A real-world way to use Azure Key Vault would be to store database connection strings securely as a secret. Now you should be able to add Azure Key Vault secrets to your toolbox. I would love to hear how you might use this tool in your projects. In closing, I want to thank you for watching this episode of Reducing Friction with RunnX. You can reach out to me in multiple ways. At RunnX on Twitter, LinkedIn, or GitHub, at the redhead known as RunnX on Facebook, or by visiting the contact page on my website, runx.com. I'll be dropping a quick hit episode here soon where I'll discuss an issue I faced while developing a Razor page in an ASP.NET Core 3.1 application. Let me know your thoughts and share the friction that you're currently facing in the comments below. And until next time, I'm Michael Blevins. Okay, help support my channel. Subscribe, leave comments on the videos, like the videos. Everything you do helps me, and that allows me to bring you new content when I get the chance. Thank you.